The doomsday clock has just moved ahead another 2 minutes and there seems to be a general angst out there. It is a feeling of despair and a sort of societal-wide anxiety as the masses clamor for their political Prozac, the Donald, to save the day. Or Hillary, who is a modern-day Queen Jezebel, the face of ancient Baal child sacrifice, and Margaret Sanger's Negro Project rolled up in an evil persona. What was meant to be a coronation to lead and destroy our nation has become a political race to the finish line, or in her case a walk to the finish line, as she tries to stay afloat in the cesspool that is called her life. But let's be blunt, behind the scenes, they selected Pharaoh and he's not necessarily going anywhere. And more bluntly, what if Barack Hussein Obama simply stays in office and refuses to leave? Never before have two presidential contenders had higher negatives. So why couldn't young Pharaoh just stay put? Think about it. Everyone is talking emails and scandal, but nobody seems to be talking about the ghost in the White House with at least 3 places of birth and more names than a Manhattan phone book. Conservative, so-called, fixed news channel, talks, cheese curds. Meanwhile in reality land Mother Russia and Red China are urging their citizens to prepare for nuclear war and are dumping U.S. treasuries like hot potatoes as Pharaoh pokes the Russian bear in Syria and in Ukraine and spends fiat Federal Reserve notes like a drunken sailor. The U.S. economy is about to crash as it mathematically must, as it was originally designed to do, on the 100-year plan, and we just passed the 1913 anniversary of the Fed, so we are now in overtime. This election is a freak show and distraction at best as it devolves into a Jerry Springer episode rife with sexual deviants, calls for DNA tests and sexual assault victims galore. Who better to usher in the impending chaos than Pharaoh, the son of Satan himself? The Egyptian high priests of finance who rule the world and their pharaoh aren't going anywhere. They have been striving for their utopian satanic order-out chaos since the Garden of Eden. By the way, and they are not about to allow pesky nuisances like 200 million or so ticked off Americans stop their demonic plans. It's 11:57 and Pharaoh, the son of Occidental, Osiris, and Columbia, Isis, and his high priest handlers are taking us right to midnight. And instead of pressing the ejection seat from the White House, what if? Just what if, Pharaoh pressed a different button instead? Read all about it in Pleased to Meet You, by Rob Rosselli, available at www.boxofsunglasses.com and at amazon.com.